Hello, this is Christy. I see this question a lot in the Descript communities. How can I replicate layouts on my project? Maybe I have a multicam project and I want to switch cameras from one speaker to another. Beyond that automatic switching, I want to do it manually. Sometimes I want to put both speakers, side by side. Sometimes I want to feature one of them and then the other, and then I want to go back to the side-by-side layout, maybe a picture-in-picture situation, and all of those things. So how do I do this very time-saving way so I don't have to waste a lot of time doing it manually? Well, there's a very nice way, and if you didn't know about this, this is the basis for templates also, but you don't need to use templates for this. It's very easy. If I have this composition here and I have two video streams, I've got my video and my friend Chris's video as well. We recorded this in a separate platform, Riverside, but it doesn't matter. We brought the files in and now they are two of them. So this is a sequence and playing simultaneously both videos. Now I want to change the way that my podcast episode is laid out throughout this if I'm doing a video one. So let's say that we start off by being side by side. Then, at some point, maybe Chris is talking for a while and I want to feature him full screen. There's the way to do it. You go to where Chris is talking, let's suppose here, and you create a new scene right before he starts talking. You can either put your mouse in here where the word I do appears, and then you click this slash sign, but I like to use the keyboard and just press slash on the keyboard. That creates a new scene. And if you notice on the sidebar, this has added a new scene. Nothing different right now because the scene looks the same like the first scene. So I'm trying to change the layout now. Before I do that though, I would think it's a good idea to actually go at the end of Chris's speech right here and press slash again to add a new scene. This way, I isolated that particular scene and I can go inside of it and change the layout. This will prevent my rest of my episode from being changed to the same changes that I make here. So now I've got three scenes, 1, 2, and 3, right? So scene number 2 is the one where Chris is talking most. So I'm going to go into that scene, and you see it on the sidebar. It's highlighted in a slightly blue background there. And this is my scene. I'm going to click on my video and delete it. And I'm going to take Chris's video and make it full screen like this. So you notice that as I make the changes, the layout changes in the thumbnail there, so it shows me how each scene starts. So this one now has Chris full screen. If he's talking,
recording in a red font color or in a red little icon.
There you go. Nothing special there. How about now I want to go somewhere else where Chris is talking. So let's scroll down and find another piece right here. Okay, this is another portion where Chris is talking and I want to show him full screen again. But I don't want to have to go through all those steps. And maybe I'm adding a logo or captions or other elements to the scene, not just changing the camera view. But to keep this simple, I'm just going to do the camera change, right? So instead of doing all of that thing that I've done before, deleting my video, resizing Chris and all that stuff, I can just go in here. Again, create two scenes, one here and one at the end, right there. So I have a scene now isolated, and it looks like just before. Side-by-side video, not a problem. Here's the cool thing. You can right-click on the first scene you created for Chris, right-click on it, and say Copy Layout. And now I go to the second one that I created for Chris, right-click, Paste Layout. There you have it. And now that second scene with Chris shows him full screen again. So you can do this as many times as you need. Look at this. Chris is also now talking here. Click slash and slash after he's done, and right click inside of that scene, click inside of that scene, right click and paste layout. There it is. So now if you look on the sidebar, I have all these scene changes that I replicated. So I'm going to go to this one here and I say, well, this is where I am talking, right? So I can click inside of this and delete him. Make my video full screen. And let's suppose that I want to add a lower third with my name on it, right? So I go to the text and I say subtitle. So I'm going to just put my name in here. Okay, nothing fancy here. Put it in the bottom left corner. Make it smaller maybe. Here we go. Align it to the left, all capitals. Done. So now my camera is full screen. I can also play with it and sort of crop it and zoom it in, because this is also something you can do. Zoom in like this, double click. I've got my name. And now I say, well, every time I speak, I want to show this, right? So I copy, right click, copy layout. I'm copying that scene's layout and I go somewhere else. Let's say here. This is where I'm talking again, / again to isolate this particular scene. Here we go. And inside of that scene, again, right click on the thumbnail and paste layout. And look at this. It changed the camera to me, changed the cropping to the zooming in version that I made, and also added the name in the bottom left. If I look on the timeline, you see that both of these scenes have that annotation or text field with my name on it. So when you replicate layouts, they bring the elements that you have added in that scene also, like annotations, text boxes, shapes, all those things. And all of the cameras or video streams, they come in with the setting or cropping, size, position, and all that you have done. So watch this. If I go to another scene where we are side by side here, and I'm going to say instead of side by side, I would like to maybe make it sort of large like this, maybe like this, and like this. Here you go. Still side by side, but larger crops. Okay, so now this is a different layout than the other one. So if I say, well, I would like the other ones to be the same. Right click, copy layout, go in here, right click, paste layout. It doesn't bring the video again. It just changes the way it was cropped and positioned. So you get it. This is it. This is a very easy way to replicate layouts in Descript using the scene copy and paste layout. This is actually better than templates because if I save this to a template and next time in a different video project I have different names for the tracks or whatever, they won't work. They won't apply properly because Descript's not going to know exactly which track to use or whatever. So I do this a lot. I have many interviews where I go from start to finish after I'm done editing and cutting and cleaning, and I go and change the cameras this way. I just create 2 or 3 layouts that I want to use and then copy and paste them throughout. In about 5 minutes, I'm done with 1 hour interview changing cameras manually. And this also is helpful if you have a conversation where the video and the audio tracks are different, which means if you add them all to a sequence, the automated speaker change is not going to work in Descript because the files are not connected. So this is a way to do it quickly, copy layouts, and you're done. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. I hope it saves you a lot of time. And if you enjoyed these videos, why don't you subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and check out my membership, MediaMakers.club. It's a website where you can join for a small monthly fee, and you have access to all of my courses, Descript courses, Camtasia courses, Q&A sessions with me, and free downloads. So check it out. Thank you again, and see you next time.